Yeah, this is Uncle T Boxing, and I'm here with You know what? People always ask me, where do you get your information from? You know what? I'm going to give you a little bit of a secret. It's my guy from LA, Mike. Sorry, I can't pronounce his
Coppinger.
Coppinger.
Yeah.
Mike, how you doing, sir?
Doing great. Happy to be here in London
Yeah.
for this Josh Taylor Regis Prograis press conference here.
Yeah.
Starting in a little bit, running late as always in boxing, but I'm excited for it. Should be a great fight, right?
Source. But people don't understand. He's my main source right now. Used to be a few other guys, but as soon as I started following you, I haven't regretted it. My phone keeps, hold on 1 minute, let me just switch this off.
You have some sources coming in.
Yeah. I've just heard some news. What do you think of Devin Haney winning the world title via email?
I mean,
what's your
all
view?
these sanctioning organizations are just utter nonsense. Bullocks, as you guys would say over here.
Yeah.
And I think Devin Haney's a terrific fighter, though. I think he's a future pound-for-pound king.
Yeah.
And one of the nicest guys and one of the greatest talents in the sport. But I don't really put too much stock into this WBC title nonsense. That's not the way he wants to win the title. He wants Lomachenko, and that's probably part of the reason why we saw Lomachenko elevated to this franchise status. Because they don't really want to fight Devin Haney right now.
Maybe because Devin Haney hasn't got a belt. Because Lomachenko says he wants to fight anyone with a belt. So Devin Haney's not in his radar right now. If he had the belt, if he had the IBF or whatever belt, he would have definitely fought him. Or do you just see him as just totally ducking Devin Haney?
I wouldn't say he's totally ducking Devin Haney. I would just say that Lomachenko, at this very moment, he's not looking to fight Devin Haney. Top Rank's not looking to do that fight. It's a tough fight. Devin Haney's on the way up. Lomachenko is kind of petered out. And they've even said, and he said himself, that 135 pounds is not long for that division. He's going to fight the winner of Richard Comey, Teofimo Lopez in early 2020. And after that, he might go back to 130. Really, this isn't his weight class. So Devin Haney's probably not going to be at 135 too long. He's a big guy and he's young.
How do you see if the fight happens? They both say they're struggling to make weight. Teofimo Lopez against Devin Haney. How do you see that fight?
Teofimo Lopez against Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney is the better fighter right now. I got to see how Teofimo looks on December 14th against Richard Comey.
Strong puncher.
Comey's a strong puncher, but he's a pretty reckless and basic fighter. He's not really going to surprise you or anything. It's more of like brute force. Very strong, like you said. Great puncher. Comes straight forward. And Teofimo Lopez is a much more talented, crafty fighter. So if he's everything you think he is, you should take care of him. Not too many issues.
What about Garcia? How do you put him in the mix?
It's really hard to say because Garcia was an impressive cruiserweight, and he is a bigger heavyweight than Usyk's going to be.
No. Golden Boy Garcia. What have I forgotten his first name? Is that his first name? Golden Boy. He just signed. He trains in this with Canelo in the same
Ryan
camp.
Garcia?
Ryan Garcia. Because he's a lightweight as well.
He's a lightweight, yes.
So how do you see him in the mix between those two other guys, Devin Haney and Teofimo?
Ryan Garcia is much more raw. He's still learning, and Eddie Reynoso, Canelo's trainer, is training Ryan Garcia in San Diego as well. Ryan's a very talented kid, super athletic, really fast hands, powerful puncher, but he's still learning to really fine-tune his technique and try to get to that level because he is such a marketable guy, but he's not ready just yet. But they told me like 4 or 5 fights, and then they'll try to get him up to the bigger fights.
Okay, we'll see. Is there any other younger prospect from America we should be looking out for?
Younger prospects in America.
We've just mentioned 3, but their names are out there. Is there any ones we should be looking out for?
Like this guy over here,
Emma
Williams.
Emma
Williams,
yeah.
good-looking prospect, but also raw. Still working on everything. Young guy, and I love Daniel Dubois in England, of course.
Okay.
I think he's the best heavyweight prospect out there right now.
Yeah.
Also in the U.S. On the prospects level, there's I think a lot of the guys that might talk about you probably already know about,
Yeah.
and maybe they're already champions even though they're young guys.
Yeah. Do you follow the American setup, the amateurs?
I do.
Team? What do you think of it calls itself Keyshawn?
Yes, I like
Yeah,
Keyshawn a lot. I
yeah.
like Troy Isley a lot.
Yeah.
And I also like Mark Castro, who's also training in San Diego with Eddie Reynoso.
Okay.
He's going to be competing in those Olympic trials in Oxnard, California, up in next month. So Very interesting times coming up, and this should be a pretty big Olympic class for the U.S. Who pretty gold medal star. The U.S. men's team hasn't had a gold medal since Andre Ward in 2004, I think.
Yeah. You've just reminded me, we forgot one guy, Shakur Stevenson, who's going to be fighting this weekend as well. How do you see him against Gonzalez?
Tough fight for Shakur Stevenson. I don't consider him a prospect, which is why I didn't name him. He's a contender for sure. But yeah, I favor him over Joe Gonzalez, but that's a real tough test. It's a big step in class for him. And I love the hatred they have for one another. You know, Shakur Stevenson is dating Joette Gonzalez's sister, and Joette has been very vocal about how much he is displeased with this relationship.
Where do you think she's going to be? Who do you think she's going to be supporting? Family or lover?
She's got to be supporting the boyfriend, you know?
Okay. Well, some people say family first, but if you say the boyfriend, you say the boyfriend. Well, all the best in that situation. So let's talk about why you're here. Who have you got an eye on? A lot of you coming in. Have you got Regis Prograis as a favorite or Josh Taylor? Who have you got?
I have to favor Regis Prograis, but it's a favor. It's not a hard, confident pick. It's a real 50-50 point-flip fight.
Yeah.
Josh Taylor is an excellent boxer, so crafty on the inside, loves to mix it up, which I love. Like a lot of times you watch him, especially against Victor Postol, and I thought to myself, Josh Taylor could probably be crafty right now and just keep him at bay and just stick that jab in him. Yeah. But no, he loves to fight. He was trying to bulldoze him on the inside, and I think Regis Prograis, we know how he likes to fight. He likes to stalk and come straight forward, non-stop pressure, dip that shoulder in and throw that overhand left from the southpaw stance. I think it's going to be a great slugfest, and I can't wait to see it. It's going to be a great atmosphere at the O2.
Do you have any view between David Price against Derek Chisora?
I don't really rate David Price. He was great. He was a very good amateur, but Derek Chisora should take him out. But it should be a fun fight. I'm disappointed that we're not getting Derek Chisora against Joseph Parker. I was really looking forward to that fight.
Who would you have had that winning?
I would have won with Joseph Parker for sure. He's the better boxer, the more experienced fighter on the top level, and a former champion. So,
who would you say is the best heavyweight right now?
Definitely got to go with Deontay Wilder. Wilder, I know a lot of the British fans seem to really downgrade him, and they say, oh, he has sloppy footwork or this. Wilder's a very underrated boxer, underrated technique, and that right hand is absolute dynamite. If he lands, you're out, and this is heavyweight boxing. Power matters. This isn't the amateurs.
People say that because a lot of the fights, before he lands that right hand, he gets that box. Molina outboxed him in certain spots.
But does it really matter?
Gerald Washington outboxed him. What about someone like Usyk? Southpaw, different angles, always switching. How do you see him? He sees him as one. He would school him, and Lomachenko's even come out and said he would be in an easy fight for Alexander Usyk.
I think that's hilarious because we saw Chaz Witherspoon, who hasn't been relevant in 7 years, and who is coming off his couch, was tagging Usyk. Gave him the shiners, landing right hands. We saw that Usyk was hesitant to exchange on the inside. And sure, Usyk could give Wilder some problems. He's way better technique and a better, more skilled boxer. But Wilder's going to land at some point, and I doubt Usyk takes it.
Okay. Well, Mike, thanks for your time. Is there anything else you wanted to? How's London treating you anyway?
London, great. Love the city.
Yeah.
Weather's terrible, especially someone like me who lives in Los Angeles. But amazing, beautiful city.
Is your first time here?
Second time. I was here last year for that Anthony Joshua Alexander Povetkin fight.
All right. Yes. Yeah. How do you see that Joshua against Ruiz?
Ooh, I love that fight. I can't wait to be in Saudi Arabia. I'll be out there.
Yeah.
And that's another 50-50 fight in my mind. It's one of those fights you ask everyone in boxing.
Yeah.
Nobody really knows who's going to win. No one's confident.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Mike, finally see you and keep on giving me those information.
Thanks so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
Uncle T, signing out.